Alrighty, and hopefully it started recording and catching my voice at this point. Yep, we are here. Still in Mare Lamentorum in the forest that they have here. Anyway, I had my little break. Arianje has gone off to do things, fishy things, because stuff and things. And there's Shistola. Final days will make brave fools of us all. Back to old tricks. We all know Arianje's got something on his mind. Did Arianje seem strange to you? More so than usual, I mean. I know he has a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? Yistola and I will remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him. Yep, gotta go poke him. Also, what is the weather here? Moon dust. Interesting. Of course, I'm not outside, so I can't see what the weather actually is, but... Gallop, 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 gallop. Arianje. Keeping secrets and lying to us again. You know we don't appreciate that. So how many times are you going to do it? Moping way, oh no. Are there truly more of your kind coming? I'd rather not be doing all this work for nothing, you know. Oh yes, there are plenty. As long as we can actually convince them all to come here. Galloping, 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 galloping. Alright, where be my friend? There he be. Arianje appears to be heading toward the entrance of Bestway's burrow. After him, with all haste. There he goes. Am I gonna have to sneak behind him? Is it gonna make me do it? Ventures off into Mare Lamentorum for reasons unknown. You must tread carefully, else he might sense your presence. We're doing this again. Don't let him notice you. How many times am I gonna have to attempt this now? Guess I will try hiding here. You don't see me, Arianje. it! I got too close. Bah! Alright. Eh. You don't see me, Urianger. Dig it. Nope, nope, nope. You don't see me. Got up to him. Alright, good.
Thine arrival is timely as ever. Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Livingway, I presume?
Indeed I did.
'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy? And duplicity. And Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life. I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Minfilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain, brokered by my hand, were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine, her beloved daughter. Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives. Ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbreather, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascients. In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today. Selfish wants born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning, one which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
Have faith in yourself and your decisions. Take heart and protect well those you can.
Sage counsel indeed. I see. Wisdom as befits a great worm. Curious that he should think thee in need of such encouragement. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly.
It's true.
I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts.
We needed a moment like this with Urianger.
As for the Loporrit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. It would be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
What are they saying? Curse these ears! I've had bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
Oh boy. In truth, my reason for traveling hither was to effect a plan of mine own, a plan which may pave the way forward for us all. May, I say, for there is no guarantee of success. 'Tis the reason I set out alone, that failure, should it come, would be mine to bear alone. Yet thou standest before me with a proffered hand and open heart. 'Twould be remiss of me to refuse thy amity, so I ask, wouldst thou join in mine endeavor? Almost full outfit. I don't have the hat or the gloves. I also don't have the jewelry, but... Oh, well, there's the gloves. Okay. I thank thee for accompanying me. 'Tis a simple plan, in truth. We shall not be long away from Bestway's Burrow. Difficult decisions must needs be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Aetherius. I love how quickly we adapted to calling it Aetherius. To make clear our resolve to the Loperids, I would offer them a gift, but its making doth require a most singular ingredient. Is it a carrot? I'm sure they would appreciate carrots. There it is. That hurt. Is this the one I saw earlier? Northeast. Southeast. I'm guessing it's underneath. Ah, probably in here. Two more to find. Southeast. There's that princess pudding thing again. Hopefully it doesn't notice me. Moose princess. There's a place for botanists, I guess. Northeast. There it is. Alright, that should be all the Aether Currents not involved with quests. Yes. One I get with the final quest in this place, I'm pretty sure. And no blue quests have shown up, so that's everything. Alright. Now let us go and focus on the MSQ. Whee! Mushrooms! Alright, Arianje. An abundance of spongoi. Excellent. I chanced to spy this aggregation when crossing Zodiark's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught to me by the Pneumo, I believe these shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. The magic requires considerable concentration, however. Might I prevail upon thee to stand watch whilst I perform the incantation? Alright, make sure nothing attacks you. All doing this quest at once, so all the enemies. Don't even know whose is whose anymore. Wind up anima. I don't know how I feel about that. Arianje is wholly absorbed in weaving his enchantment. Until his work is complete, you need to keep him safe from harm. Oh, we still need to wait. Surveying the nearby area, you see no sign of potential threats. This would be a good opportunity to see how Arianje is faring. Arianje remains fixated on his work. There, 'tis done. A magic ink. Everion's as efficacious as that crafted by the Pneumo. Rare is the occasion I would conjure mine own, but it is nevertheless a most useful skill. The resulting product is, admittedly, possessed of no preternatural properties, but its hue is one of mine own choosing, which I pray the Loporits will appreciate. Shallan, Urianger! Oh, thank goodness, I thought you had been eaten, or had perhaps fallen into a crater. Oh. You're a Loporit. Okay. Y'shtola has been looking all over for you, Shallan. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent. Dire, even. She also was quite clear that she wishes to speak with Shallan alone, which means, I'm afraid, you must stay behind, Urianger. But worry not. It just so happens we need your help with an errand. Delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace to Bestway Burrows. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for we poor Loporits, and we would be ever so grateful if you could lend us a hand. That's convenient, suspiciously convenient. How about an extra pair of hands before I go and meet with Y'shtola? No, that won't be necessary. Urianger's help should more than suffice. And I'm sure we don't want to risk getting on Y'shtola's bad side by keeping her waiting. She seems prickly. Now, off with you! Worry not, Shallan. I shan't be long. Don't let them, kidnap you or something, Urianger, please. Y'shtola, I'm sorry to bother you, but they were most insistent. Alright. Have to get into the place first. Alright, we actually have to go down and around because reasons. Alright, we're just following. It should be fine. We're fine. Not dead yet. Roxas, what do you have there? Is that just paper? Okay, that's just paper. You're fine. That's how you ride on Midgardstormer's back? Fascinating. Very relaxed compared to how I ride. I ride all stiff and formal. I think I ride the same way, basically, that I ride on this thing. Oh wait, she's down. Alright, hold on. There's supposed to be teleporters somewhere. I don't know where teleporters are, so we'll just take the ramp, since the ramp is right here. Where are you, Y'shtola? Again, hopefully they're not gonna, try to abduct Urianger or something. Try to hold him prisoner until we comply or some such nonsense. Soon. Everything is alright with Urianger then. That's a relief. Oh, Shallan, We thought you would be away for far longer. I got sent back here. A dire emergency, I said no such thing. But as you are here, I could use your assistance with one small matter. Growingway, a companion of Growingway's, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. The problem, however, is that he is determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there anywhere he is likely to stop and rest, or perhaps there's a way to slow him down? Ooh, what's the rush? I was thinking we should wait here. Maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice, then... no? Well, if it's really that important, you can try using these balls of moose flesh, not to be confused with the other thing. Growingway's other notable feature is his incessant chatter, so you'll have no trouble finding him in the crowd. When you do, try lobbing your balls at him. Crude, but if it proves effective. He was here in the greatest Vale when last I saw him. Let us split up and find him. Alright, let's search for Growingway. And hopefully Urianji's not in the process of getting kidnapped while they're all trying to distract us. Search your surroundings. So someone chatting incessantly. There you are. Oh, I can look really far around. I know we went off in that direction. There you are. Yes! Larg! Oh, well, oh, you weren't unassuming. Dang it! Oh, I thought that... fine. Let's try again. There we go. Ow, that smarts! If this was meant to be a joke, it isn't funny! Alright, I managed to hit him. Yes, I'm Growingway. Do you mind explaining to me why you hit me in the face with your balls of moose flesh? I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days. I'm highly knowledgeable. That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As if we've got time to look into the final days when there's so much to do before the Great Voyage. It's true that Hydaelyn did impart to us some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other loperate around here. Less, probably. I don't know why anyone would think it's funny to go around telling people that I'm an expert, but they'd better hope I don't get my paws on them. Sorry I can't be of more help, but if there's nothing else, I've work to do. And I'm off! Had a feeling this is all a giant diversion. Growingway. You were cute, but now you're annoying. Oh no, you caught him? I mean, well done, you. Any luck? I tried near the entrance, but there was no sign of him. I could find neither hide nor hair of him. How did you fare? I found him. He knew nothing. So he knows no more than the others. Care to explain yourself, Growingway?
Oh, well, you see, I misremembered. Yes, that's it. I misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. Huh. Afraid I'm drawing a blank, though. Try as I might, I can't remember who I was thinking of.
On an unrelated note, what of Ariange? I assume you spoke with him earlier, but did he say when he'll be returning? He's helping them with some task. On his way to the Watcher's Palace with Livingway. Between Growingway's sudden lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe our time would be better spent lending Ariange a hand.
What? Now hold on a moment. It's all coming back to me. Yes, I remember. The information you're looking for is in the archives. Yes, that's where you'll find all sorts of useful knowledge, including pertaining to the final days.
Are we really falling for this nonsense? Goodness. Alright. Give me my gloves. All in all, not a bad ensemble. I'm beginning to grow weary of these games. If some scheme was afoot, surely Ariange would be the first to see through it. Then again, he does tend to give others the benefit of the doubt. Oh, this looks to be the last quest of the area. Well, there still need to be blue quests.
Oh, what to do, what to do. I promised Livingway I would help, but... No, I promised I'd help, and that's what I'll do. The archives are on the second floor of the main plaza, the eastern wing. Follow me!
Goodness. I suspect the Loperits are up to something, but if there's aught to be learned of the final days, I think it best we play along, for now at least. Yep, there are, in fact, 2 blue quests. Let's see, where are they? They are in the main area. So we'll do those, get them done, then get this quest done, and then we'll be able to fly! And then I should probably do all these side quests at some point. Next time I take a break, I guess. Or just whenever I'm done recording for the night, come back and do all these side quests. I'm sure they're not actually going anywhere. Knockingway.
Hail, person! Yes, you! Do you have a moment? You see, ever since we woke up for inspection, a friend of mine has been acting a little funny. Funnier than usual, even. I can hear him sighing all the way from over here. Would you go and call on him, as I do? I would go and call on him, as I do, but he always insists that nothing's wrong. I think he'd be unable to help himself from opening up to you, though. He's always been ever so fond of people. Would you mind lending him an ear or two?
Sure, right ahead. That's what I do.
Many thanks to you. His name is Dreamingway, and he should be somewhere nearby. Just follow the lamentous snuffling.
Snuffling. That's a word I haven't heard in a while. Loperit.
I hear you have a penchant for excitement and adventure. Is that correct? Then I assume in your travels you have doubtless heard tales of the Alligans.
The Alligans, don't get me started. Yes, nearly everything wrong with the world seems to be their fault. I mean, yeah, Shalyn would say that. She's, despite Graha's love for Allegan history and stuff, Shallan's not a fan because of everything.
I thought as much. I asked because I have plans to survey an Allegan relic not far from here. The weapons guarding it, however, make it too dangerous for me to go alone.
So that was an Allegan thing I saw earlier.
I trust you see where this is going, so are you interested in a little adventure?
Sure. I'm always for it.
Much obliged. Now let's be off. No time to waste.
I'll be glad I'm out of here. I'm not doing these Loperit voices anymore.
Stay focused, Growingway. Sure, you're no working way, but... Oh my!
Hello there.
You're not a Loperit.
You're right. I'm a Makote.
Am I dreaming? Is the day finally here? Am I truly talking with a visitor from Aetherius? Whatever can I help you with, kind madam?
I think I should be asking you that very same question.
How did you know? In any case, I couldn't bother an honored guest with my silly troubles.
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
If you insist, perhaps I could share a nibble of what's on my mind. But first, may I ask your name?
Shallan Renage. Pleased to meet you.
Shallan Renage? That's a truly spectacular name. I'm sure it speaks to your character in one way or another. If only I could say the same for mine. Perhaps it was a mistake to choose dream from that tome of words, for try as I might, I have no such thing, and seeing everyone else live up to their names since our awakening has only made me more aware of it. The people of Aetherius, on the other paw, seem to dream a great deal. Have you any advice for me?
Focus on what you love to do.
That's the problem. I haven't the foggiest idea what that would be. Though my fellow Loperits might. I've known them since we were created, so perhaps they see something in me that I cannot. With their help, you must be able to find an objectively appropriate dream for me to pursue. You know best what would be of service to mankind, after all. I'm all ears, so you need only tell me when you come up with something. Anything at all.
Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop.
He's no sluggard, I can tell you that. Always happy to lend a paw when there's work to be done. Compared to some of the others, well, let's just say that he's a great help.
Oh, he sounds like me. Sounds like a baby bunny version of me. All these weird mounts that you can get in this game. Goodness. Easygoing Loperit.
Growingway? He can do anything he sets his mind to. He doesn't complain about getting his paws dirty either. That said, I'm not sure I can think of anything he's particularly gifted at.
Definitely sounds like me. Just baby bunny version of me. Let's see. There you are.
You want to know about Growingway? I can't say I know him terribly well. He's always rushing off to a new task just as soon as he finishes the old one. I've always thought him a good sort, though.
Definitely sounds like the baby bun version of me. It's like a feeling Heidelin was thinking of as them whenever she made him.
Did they have aught of interest to share? Please say they did.
That's more or less what I expected, I suppose.
Nice enough, but in no way gifted. Perhaps I was never meant to dream.
Don't worry, we'll find your dream yet.
You really think so? Goodness, people are as truly kind as they say. Truly as kind as they say. In that case, I promise not to give up until we found my dream, even if it's the last thing I do. Huh, that got grim. Let's exhaust our other options before we go for anything potentially lethal, shall we?
That got me that, and there's a follow-up quest for that. Now we go out to that Allegan ruin and find the brusque loprit. Let's see. Alright, yeah, just straight up leave. Gallop. Yep, there's the Allegan ruins over there. Because there's always Allegan ruins everywhere we go. Certainly didn't mean to attract all this attention. Hooray! At least I have a friend here to help.
Crash site is just ahead. If you find anything that may may prove useful, I'd be grateful if you could retrieve it for me. Onward then, after you.
Random ear scritches from Diane Thurston. However, ear scratches are always appreciated.
Oh look, it's Gilly.
Fascinating remnant. Well, another fascinating remnant. This bit of elegant technology is certainly as fascinating. A shame it's too bulky to carry back. Systems cube. This apparatus is offline, but appears to be transportable. Place it in your ambiguously sized bag. The game is becoming self-aware. I wish it did the cool putting away animation now, but I can kind of understand why it doesn't.
Phew, a moment longer and that drone would have alerted more. Now, did you find anything of interest?
Here, have a cube.
Oh, let me have a look. No, you're right. It must wait until we get back.
Alright, now how to get back to where we're going. Soon I'll be able to fly, and it won't take so long to get from one place to the next. I can unlock the entire map then. Have we left Argus out here this whole time? Look at all those people following Arianje. Okay, Mr. Brusque Lulliprit.
Safe at last. Now show me what you found.
It's a cube.
This is an elegant decryption unit. With it, we can read elegant tombstones about history, science, poetry, if we had any, which we do not. An adventure for another day, I suppose. Nevertheless, I'm deeply excited about the prospect. As I'm sure you can tell, you have my heartfelt gratitude.
Alright. One more to go. This is a teleporter, and if it is, how does it work? Hello. Can you fix my stuff real fast? This does not appear to be a teleporter. Okay. Is this the teleporter? I mean, I thought it was, but perhaps I am mistaken. I'll be hitting 85 ere long. There's no dungeon here, at least not yet, but there was a trial. Alright, now we go around. What other knowledge do you suppose we could glean from these archives? The architecture of this place is impressive, though more than a little confusing to navigate. Is it too much to ask for clearly marked exits, or a map, perhaps? You don't have a map? You don't just draw a map in your journal, Tancred?
The archives are right through this door, but it seems to be locked. I guess we'll have to go and find whoever has the key.
Growingway, enough. If you have naught to tell us of the final days, you need only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here, as you well know. Did you yourselves not tell us we must act quickly?
Yes, we did, but the moon was to be a perfect paradise for the peoples of Aetherius, and we're running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. We hoped you'd see the wonders we have to offer, but you found nothing but faults and flaws with our work. The only one of you who saw our potential, so the others must be kept here. Ah, so that is Living Waste game.
Run us about in circles. Failing that, lock us away so we can't put the plan at risk. Everyone except Urianger.
He understands what's at stake. What must be done?
I fear you've misjudged us, Growingway. Never have we decried the notion of using the moon as a means of escape. That said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Aetherius and her reflections to their doom. If there is a way to avert the final days, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but our efforts would never be at the expense of your plans.
But why would you take that risk? There's no room for ifs and maybes now. The people of Aetherius will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe, and we'll finally get to see all their happy, smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave. We just can't.
Oh, well.
Do what you must, but try not to hurt them. I'll be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone.
If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. I say we knock these ones out, split up, and make our way to the exit. Agreed. Let us reconvene where Argus awaits outside. Blarg. Oh, some of these are bears. Okay. Speak with Y'shtola. She is higher up? Where is she? Okay, she's just with Argus. Okay. Galloping, 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 galloping. It will be so nice when I'm finally able to fly. We do. Good, you're here. We must hurry to the Watcher's Palace and find Urianger. Missed speaking with Thancred, but oh well.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Aetherius and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late!
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
They're so cute.
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. It is clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self. A declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Aetheris is boundless and pure.
I really love Urianger. He is so sweet.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loperids were born of Hydaelyn's love for Aetheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly. To serve, and serve well. That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us. Help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides. Singingway, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit, and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure. But one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds.
Oh my goodness, Urianger, you saved it. I don't know how you managed, but you did.
Of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate.
Oh my goodness.
And living way.
Puddingway.
'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this
I love
answer.
how much they talk about
The anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment.
I love Ariane so much. He's just such a
For
sweetheart.
thee, ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Livingway's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
The baby buns are so cute.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort. To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home.
We actually mentioned her by
Which is
name,
why I
finally.
have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
It's become red. Determination? That flower, how came it into your possession? Is it something y'all created? How very like her. Guided by its light, you may come to know her true intentions. Intentions which remain a mystery even to us. In our time, we called it Elpis. You would do well to remember the name.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Aetheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Charlians.
Agreed. The Charlian Forum, yes?
Yep, I knew it.
What? How did you know?
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
Alright, off the moon. I chanced to spy you crossing the chasm, and I feared something was amiss. But all is well, and more importantly, I have been given the opportunity to behold a wondrous sight. Keep the Elpis close, and its light will be your guide. A declaration of hopes and aspirations. I hadn't thought of it that way before. The Loperts may be in good hands now, but that doesn't change the fact that their plan is a last resort I'd rather not employ. Let's see it doesn't come to that, for the first and all the other reflections. The Loperts think so highly of the people of Aetherius, yet it seems this evacuation plan is the only way they know to express their adoration. If we had been more clear in our intentions from the start, mayhap we could have avoided this wrinkle. Something to keep in mind in the future.
The others will be so happy to hear Arianje is going to stay and teach us all about Aetherius. We'll have to be careful not to get too distracted by his lessons. There's still maintenance to carry out after all. Nice to meet you. Name's Puddingway. Sorry again for all the trouble. We promise we'll do better. Honest.
Puddingway. Oh, goodness.
Well, that's all rather embarrassing, wasn't it? At least we're on the same page now. People and Aetherius. We'll say both, or at least we'll give it a good try.
Make sure everyone listens to Arianje, would you?
I will be all ears. You know we can be.
Tell Growingway I look forward to our next walk together.
I will. I'm sure he'll be glad to hear it.
You Loperts sure are an excitable bunch.
Well, it's not as if we've been waiting 12,000 years to meet the people of Aetherius. Oh wait, we have, but that's neither here nor there. Under Urianji's tutelage, we'll strive to become more hospitable hosts and see that the moon is fully equipped to meet the needs of its potential passengers. There's little I can do to stop the final phase, but should you need to know of star traversal, look no further. Such knowledge I can offer in abundance, so do not hesitate if you find yourself wanting.
'Twas a relief to see Livingway was pleased with my gift of ink. To serve and serve well. Though their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. It will be no easy task to prepare them for what must needs be done, but gladly do I embrace this duty, even if it doth necessitate that we part ways for a time. Forgive me my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you, in all our fellow scions. When next I return to Aetherius, I pray I find you all in good health and in good spirits. Yay! I can now fly. Wee, flight, wee. Let's just open up the rest of the map then. There seems to be a whole section I haven't even looked at. That is a face. Why is that a face? It also has a sightseeing spot on it. Had a feeling, since it's a giant face, there would probably be a sightseeing spot on the giant face. Cradle of Darkness, and I have mapped all of Mare Lamentorum. Alright. That done, time to head home. By the way, are there any sightseeing spots on the tower here? Seems like a good enough place to put one. Aha! It is a good view. Sorry, I'm still taken with this. It is such a view. Alright, Y'shtola. With the Loports in Urianger's capable hands, we needn't worry about affairs here in our absence. Knowing now the face of their earthly collaborators, there's much to discuss with Alphino and the others. Let us return to the Tower of Babel. Our battle for the star will soon begin in earnest, and we must be prepared. Seem to all say the same thing still. I need not remind you of the dangers we face, nor the countless lives at stake in both the source and its reflections. Go with courage, my friend, and pray give the others my regards. I wonder where Xenos went off to. I had forgotten how cold it was here in Garlemald, a testament to the Loport's ingenuity that I felt no such discomfort on the moon. Tancred. Gods, I can scarcely believe we went to the moon and back. But we'll have time to reflect on that later. Right now, we need to head back to Camp Broken Glass and deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. I'd very much like to know how everyone is getting on here as well. They'd only just begun to treat the tempered soldiers when we left. I share your curiosity, but warning our allies of the final days is of far greater importance. I speak not only of the contingent, of course. The heads of state of every nation must know what we have learned. We know not when or where or in what manner the final days will begin to manifest, and so we must see that everyone is prepared. Agreed, though we may wish to stress the importance of discretion, lest the public be sent into a panic. Not that anyone in a position of responsibility should need to be told as much, but it bears repeating. Anyway, first things first, to Camp Broken Glass. I do look much warmer in this outfit than I do in my other dancing attire, so as long as I'm still in Garlemald, I might as well keep wearing this. Though hopefully the hat won't be horribly ugly. Talon, at last you are returned. It's good to see you all again. No worse for your lunar adventure, I hope. We've done what we can for now, and believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. But before we do, might you tell us what's become of Garlemald in our absence? We succeeded in subduing the Temperate inside the Tower of Babel. We took many alive, but combined with those who were already in our custody, the number requiring care has grown exponentially. The inclement conditions here have made it difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all here, so we have petitioned the aid of the allied nations. Some are understandably hesitant to proffer assistance, particularly those that were but recently subjected to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. With the assistance of your fellow scions, we endeavored to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of their tempering. Will all the tempered be relocated? Not all, no. We have sufficient shelter to attend to those whose treatment has begun, and enough healers have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. Euless is one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it was a miracle he and those in his company were not harmed in the chaos. If not for Alphino and Alisae's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be with us today. In light of recent developments, have the Allied leaders come to any decision regarding Garlemald? Given the tremendous ramifications of what has happened here, it will take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep a close watch over the provinces. We have received other news to share. Shortly after Anima was defeated, we received reports that each and every tower has vanished. For a mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as that you experienced in Thavner. Those who were trapped within them have been rescued and are receiving treatment. To hasten this endeavor, the beast tribes have received instruction in the magics needed to cure tempering. Master Matoya is no doubt thrilled that the Mother Porksy affords her so many visitors. Yes, we are grateful for her ongoing efforts, as well as those of our comrades near and far. As for the contingent, several of our members have been granted leave to return to their homelands after the transfer of the Temperate is complete. Lucia and I will remain, along with a small force, to continue offering aid to those here in Garlemald. The Empire may be no more, but there are yet those who call these lands home. I believe that accounts for recent events here, so what of the moon and the Telaferoi? Well, I killed Zodiac and triggered the start of the final days. Aren't you proud of me? Those gloves would annoy the crap out of me with 2 fingers completely exposed. The final days. Gods, I prayed your victory would mark the end of our troubles. There is still much we do not know, but the Alliance leaders must be told. Would you be willing to contact them in our stead? Yes, of course. I will send word forthwith. We'll also release your fellow scions from their present duties, that they may return to Sharlayan. Your energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. Speaking of your fellow scions, you will be happy to hear that Mistress Kyle, though still on the mend, has been moved to the Baldusian Annex and is given into Tataro's care. Thank you. I look forward to seeing them both upon our return. Let us be on our way, then. One last thing, if I may. After your confrontation with Zodiark, you said Xenos took his leave, and in all likelihood has returned here to Garlemald. I have a mind to dispatch scouts to try and ascertain his whereabouts, but first wish to ask if you believe there is merit in doing so. If they found him, they would not likely live to tell the tale. If you're expecting a trail of destruction to follow, you won't find one. An admirable but futile endeavor. If they found him, they would not likely live to tell the tale. I suppose you are right. To dispatch good soldiers in pursuit of such a beast would be to send them to their deaths. Pray forget that I entertained the notion. While on the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. They denounce the Crown Prince and condemn his role in the Empire's downfall. His very title will become a source of shame among his former subjects, and its continued use serves only to hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, he has been declared as Xenos Viatar Galvus, outcast and enemy of Garlemald. Fandaniel is no more, and now his own people turned against him. It seems he's not, but his bloodlust keeps him company. Better that than an army to see it sated. At any rate, I will not keep you longer. I pray you safe passage back to Charlian. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, I'm sure he don't care. He don't care one whit. He just wants to fight me. That's literally all he wants in life. Once my countrymen have recovered, it falls to me to tell them what became of Xenos and the Empire. I realize there is no kindness in withholding the truth, but it will wound them. Your findings will be relayed to the Alliance leaders word for word, and should we spy anything out of the ordinary here in Garlemald, all shall be informed at once. It's like, does his name, his very name, even mean anything to him? It's like, that is the question. Like, I have my doubts that even his own name means anything to him, so... He probably does not honestly care that his title has been stripped from him and that he's considered an outcast of Garlemald because, again, at the very end of Stormblood, he declared, Alamigo and Doma and Garlemald be damned. He doesn't care about leading a country. In fact, when he was a child, he considered being royalty a curse. Now he is free to do what he will. So honestly, he'd probably take this development with joy. He would probably honestly, be like, he doesn't have to care about formality and he can go pursue whatever he will. And what he wills is a battle with me. Like, we all know that's what he wants. Hello, Kryl. Oh, Tataru is here too. Hi, Tataru. Oh, it's so good to see you. And free from Tilblains, I take it? You'll be free to know that everything's been kept in order since you've been away. I've even brought a few useful knickknacks with me from back home. But no sooner had they arrived than I received word of Kryl in poor health and you on the moon. If you meant to give me a fright, you succeeded. Welcome back, Shallan. We were so terribly worried about you. Though it is plain I have caused my own fair share of worry, and for that I apologize. Heidelin called to me that day when you entered the Tower of Babel. Her pleas were faint but desperate, and I knew at once she required a vessel to carry out her will. What came after feels like a dream barely remembered, my body flowing through the life stream toward Garlemald. When I regained consciousness, I was all aches and frostbite, exhausted of ether. So exhausted, in fact, I could only laugh, for it was in that moment that I understood Raha's weariness from the Tower of Zot. Would that I could laugh at a time like this. Though we prevented Zodiark from being unleashed upon the world, I am curious to know what else took place there on the moon. I'm causing the end of the world. Ha! Perhaps we should wait for the others to join us before you give us your account. Let us reconvene in the main hall once they have arrived. Sorry to have kept you all waiting. Not at all. We understand you've been quite busy. Will Ariane be joining us? Duty keeps him away, I'm afraid, though Shallan can explain why better than I. The final days, as befell Amarat. We are to escape via the moon. What of the source and its reflections? I have no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruin. So, how do we stop this? Unfortunately, we have no answers at present. If the celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case in the time of Amarat, the solution would be to alter the flow of ether throughout the entirety of the star. The ancients accomplished this by summoning Zodiark, sacrificing half the star's population in doing, but it should go without saying that such a sacrifice cannot be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days, a feat which even the Amarantines could not accomplish. Unfortunately, we found no clues in Mare Lamentorum. There is still much we do not know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. The final days were marked by the corruption of the Amarantines' creation magics, but we command no such power, which invites the question, what havoc is in store for us? If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallels with the events of the past, and thereby form some semblance of a plan. Perhaps we should start with the Forum, then. Having worked with the Loperids in secret all this time, there is surely more they can tell us.
Forgive the interruption, but I've urgent news. The Forum is holding a public assembly in the plaza outside. Some sort of announcement.
What is Father up to now? There is only one way to find out. Probably announcing that the final days are upon us and we're all going to evacuate to the moon.
Order! Order, I say! I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan, nay, of this very star. Said affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly. You may have heard rumors of the Telophoroi, and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The Endbearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
I've never heard this prophecy.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Very well. "270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea. This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret. What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself. She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children, and deliver them from this doom. Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon. Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
2 minutes.
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago.
You have any idea how insane this sounds?
Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the great exodus. For his impressive contributions and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be. It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
Close-up of random guy's face.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit. Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Take your time.
Thank you. I shan't be long.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Charlian, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures, and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome, nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence. This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done. That we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Bold words call for bold action. And there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested. Wouldn't you agree? And having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
Plus have a baby to go cuddle.
Shall we then? To the Annex, to prepare for tomorrow.
Just curious if anyone has anything to comment about the final days. Apparently not. They have no reaction to what they've just been told. Okay. Kyle tells me the Forum made a rather momentous announcement. So there's to be a great exodus, is there? I'm reminded of my narrow escape from the Isle of Val. The realization, the running, the mixture of relief and regret after. Why me, I ask myself. Why me? Why us? Why now? Why wonder? There's no use fretting over the cosmic morality or lack thereof. We're here, and we'll get through this together. And who knows? Maybe my luck will rub off and grant everyone a narrow escape. There's no harm in praying as much. Oh, but enough of my rambling. I'm sure you're exhausted. Your chamber awaits. A visitor has come knocking at your door. Whoever could it be? I get to pick who's visiting me. Well then. Obviously, my brother's coming to see me. Your hand ringing. Hello, dear brother.
Oh, apologies. I didn't mean to... If you could spare a moment before bed. Thank you. I fear this may be the last quiet night we have to talk for quite some time. I am troubled of late. Unwarranted concerns, perhaps. I hope. Nevertheless, I feel compelled to share them with you. Though you have bested your enemies thus far, Xenos and even Zodiac, your victories have come at a considerable cost to yourself. No one is without their limits, and you are no exception. I worry the added weight of the final days will prove more than you can bear. It is surely too much for any one woman. But you needn't bear it alone. Let me share your burden. My, carrying capacity pales in comparison to yours, but I could still help. Shoulder the occasional satchel from your ever-growing mountain of, baggage. You have already done so much to help relieve me of mine own encumbrances. 'Tis only fair that I repay you in kind. Of course, it needn't be only troubles we share. Moments of joy may seem few and far between now, but there will come a time when we look back fondly on this journey. The inquiry at the Forum, our march through the snows of Garlemald, our impromptu dinner in this very room. All of it. And that is to say nothing of the journeys yet to come. To the ends of the world and beyond. But tomorrow will be no less busy than today, and I've kept you from your rest long enough. Sleep well, my friend.
Now, view that cutscene from the perspective that we are siblings. Has a whole new layer of meaning to every word. That's what I love about having made this relationship, is it makes every scene with him have a different dynamic than what normal people view it with. A short while earlier in the Alamaking Quarter. No! Thrune!
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Thank the Ilsebar contingent, more like. Word is, they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
Aye, I heard the same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum, too. But is it true? They brought back tempered Garlean soldiers.
Oh boy.
As Commander Aldin tells it, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
I see. Well, that's a relief then.
And
I know we've brothers and
Emmett's
sisters among the lot,
continues.
but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Wanted to think about it for a while yet. We're to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
And who might that be? Oh, is that Euless? Or maybe it was the guy trying to return home to his family? I did spy Thrune though. I saw Thrune. Not sure who that brightly colored child is. Oh, it's our bunny boyfriend. Also, let's Sid and Rio
of paramount importance.
walking around in the background.
Well, what have we here? Hey, are you all right?
Is this a tempered person? Or something else is wrong?
Was that? No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more. The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat is abated. Yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
And it's all my fault. So I decided to go and kill Zodiark. Oh no, don't you be burning my homeland. Not my home. Not my home. Don't. Oh no. Why does it have to be Thavner first? Why does it have to be Thavner? Oh, also I need to level up. Which means I need to run off to the moon and do moon things to get that level. Let's see. Again, it looks kind of like Morag's hat. Like, if I dyed all this navy blue, I could be doing a darn good Morag cosplay right now. Like, I'm very tempted to do it. Like, does this not look like Morag? Like, this is totally a Morag cosplay. Turn my hair black, dye this clothes navy blue, and yeah. Like, I almost am tempted to hold on to a set just to do that. But I'm going to put on my normal glamour. And we're gonna go get that level. Go do a few side quests. Actually, doing the side quests is a good time for a break. So, next time we will see the doom and gloom that is visited upon us all. In the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. Never cease to be amazing, and if I can spell correctly, bye for now.